In a shocking moment, Neymar's security guard pushes a girl in a wheelchair away, leaving everyone around in disbelief. But Neymar's reaction to this behavior will move you deeply. What he does next not only changes the course of the story, but also touches the hearts of everyone who witnesses the scene. Isabela, a 12-year-old girl, lives in a modest neighborhood on the outskirts of the city. She was born with a physical disability that requires her to use a wheelchair to get around. Life has never been easy for her. The streets in her neighborhood are not accessible, and her public school does not have ramps or adapted restrooms. Isabela faces the weight of exclusion every day, along with the pitying looks from some people, but she finds solace in her greatest dream, meeting her personal idol Neymar Jr. Her mother, Carla, is a hard-working woman who cleans houses to support her family. She does everything she can to ensure Isabela has a dignified life, but the financial challenges are immense. Isabela's father abandoned the family when she was still a baby, and ever since, Carla has shouldered the responsibility of raising her daughter and fighting against adversity alone. Despite it all, Isabela keeps a smile on her face and displays an impressive inner strength. She loves watching soccer matches and dreams of seeing Neymar in person, not just because of his talent on the field, but for his own story of overcoming obstacles and his generosity. One day, Carla hears on the radio that Neymar will be at a charity event on the beach, promoting inclusion and accessibility for people with disabilities. Knowing how much this would mean to Isabela, she decides to take her daughter there, even if it means a long bus ride and the uncertainties of a crowded venue. Isabela is overjoyed at the thought of finally being able to see her idol up close. This moment of pain and loneliness is the starting point of a story that goes far beyond a simple encounter with a celebrity. It's about how empathy and generosity can transform lives and bring hope even in the darkest times. Isabela, tears still streaming down her face, has no idea that her life is about to change forever, thanks to a gesture that no one expected. While Isabela cries silently, far from the excitement of the event, Neymar seems to sense something is wrong. He had just taken a photo with a group of fans, but he scans the crowd as though he's looking for something. Maybe it was the faint sound of crying that caught his attention, or perhaps it was a feeling, an instinct of someone used to noticing what others overlook. Whatever it was, he decides to take a closer look. Suddenly, Neymar steps away from the circle of security guards and starts walking toward the isolated corner where Isabela is. The crowd tries to follow, but he politely asks them to give him space. The guards, confused, attempt to accompany him, but he waves them off gently. "Just a moment," he says calmly, in stark contrast to the commotion around him. When he finally reaches Isabela, Neymar crouches down to her level, looking straight into her eyes. "Hey, are you okay? Why are you crying?" he asks softly, his voice filled with concern. Isabela, unable to believe what is happening, opens her mouth, but the words don't come out. Her tears continue to fall, but now they're tears of shock and excitement rather than sadness. Carla, who had been desperately searching for her daughter, suddenly appears and sees the scene. She too is frozen in place, unable to believe that Neymar is right there by Isabela's side, so close and so human. I just wanted to see you up close," Isabela finally manages to say in a voice so soft it almost gets lost in the noise. Neymar smiles, and that smile seems to warm everyone's heart. "Well, you can see me now, and I'm here for you," he replies, placing a hand on her shoulder. He notices her wheelchair and realizes that Isabela has been pushed away from the event. His expression changes to one of frustration and compassion. "I'm sorry about what happened. That should never have occurred." Without hesitation, Neymar takes the microphone from one of the security guards and announces to the crowd, "Guys, we need to pause for a moment. This young lady here is just as important as any of you, and I want her to have the best day of her life today." The crowd applauds and some even tear up, but everyone wonders what he will do next. Neymar turns again to Isabela, his eyes shining with more than just words to offer. "Isabela, would you like to take a little stroll with me?" he asks, extending his hand to her. She looks at her mother, who nods, and then she accepts his hand, still in disbelief at what is happening. This is the moment when the unexpected changes the course of the story. Far from being just a distant celebrity, Neymar shows a human and generous side that no one expected. And Isabela, who moments before felt invisible, is now at the center of everyone's attention, about to experience something she will never forget. With Neymar holding her hand, Isabela is brought back into the heart of the event, where all eyes are now on them. The crowd steps back, forming a circle around the two. Neymar picks up the microphone again. He looks at Isabela and then back at the audience, his expression a mix of seriousness and affection. "I want all of you to meet Isabela," he begins, his voice echoing through the venue. "She's an incredible young girl, full of dreams and courage, but today she was pushed away from something she really wanted, to be a part of this event. That's not right. Everyone deserves to be included, regardless of who they are or how they get around." The audience applauds. Some cheer and others are visibly moved by Neymar's words. Carla, watching the scene unfold, can't hold back her tears. She sees her daughter, who just moments earlier was crying in isolation, now at the center of attention, receiving her idol's affection. Neymar then crouches down again to be at Isabela's eye level and looks into her eyes. "Isabela, I want to make you a promise. You will never again be treated as invisible. And to begin, I want to give you something that will change your life." He gestures to one of his assistants, who comes over holding a tablet. Neymar shows the screen to Isabela. It's a top-of-the-line, motorized wheelchair designed to provide more freedom and comfort. "This is for you," he says with a smile that lights up Isabela's face. "And it goes beyond just the chair. I want to make sure you have access to everything you need, physical therapy, a school that truly includes you, and all the support you need so that your dreams can come true." Isabela looks at her mother, who is now in tears, then back to Neymar. She tries to speak, but no words come out. Instead, she hugs him with all her strength, and Neymar hugs her back, gently stroking her hair. "You deserve all this and more," he whispers as the public erupts in emotional applause. Neymar raises the microphone once more and announces that in addition to helping Isabela, he will create a fund to support other children with disabilities across the country, promoting accessibility and inclusion. The news is met with cheers and tears. Many begin filming the moment and sharing it on social media. Months after the encounter that changed their lives, Isabela and Carla finally reap the rewards of everything that happened. The motorized wheelchair Neymar gave Isabela has not only brought her independence, but also opened doors that once seemed impassable. She now attends an adapted school where she is included in all activities and treated with respect and attention. The physical therapy, covered by the fund Neymar created, has brought remarkable progress. Isabela, who previously relied almost entirely on her wheelchair, is now able to walk a few steps with crutches. Her smile, always bright, now radiates a happiness that touches everyone around her. Carla, in turn, has seen her workload lighten thanks to the donations she received and the community's support. She has been able to stabilize the family's finances and has even started taking night classes to complete her high school education, a dream she had postponed for years. "I want to show Isabela that it's never too late to chase our dreams," she says, proud of her decision. Neymar, who has remained a steady ally of the family, didn't stop there. He used Isabela's story to inspire a nationwide campaign for inclusion and accessibility, setting up programs that benefit thousands of people with disabilities across the country. His message is clear and direct, echoing everywhere. No one should be left behind. Everyone deserves a chance to shine. At a special event Neymar hosts, Isabela is invited on stage to share her story. She looks out at the audience, seeing hundreds of attentive, emotional faces, and begins to speak. "Before I felt invisible, but today I know I'm not alone, and I want to tell everyone that no matter how hard it gets, we should never give up on our dreams." The audience gives her a standing ovation, and Neymar, standing beside her, smiles proudly. Isabela and Carla's journey has become a symbol of resilience and hope. Their story shows how a simple act of kindness can spark a wave of positive change, not only for one person, but for an entire community. More than that, It proves that even in the toughest moments, there is always room for generosity and love. At the end of the event, Neymar says goodbye to Isabela with a tight hug and a promise. "You'll always have a friend in me, and I know you'll continue to inspire many people out there." Isabela answers with a smile that can barely fit on her face. "I'm grateful you changed my life, Neymar, but now I want to be the person who changes other people's lives." This is the essence of the story, the transformation sparked by empathy and the power of helping others. Isabela is no longer just a girl with a disability. She's a symbol of overcoming challenges, of hope, and proof that small acts of kindness really can change the world. If this moving story touched you, subscribe to the channel now to follow more inspiring moments like this. Leave your like, share it with someone you know who will appreciate it, and activate the notification bell so you won't miss future videos. Your presence makes all the difference here.